Let me tell you some story. It is story time.
Ho, ho, ho! They said love conquers all things. But that morning, as dark clouds gathered above St. Mary's Church in Lagos, Amara began to doubt if that was true. Guests were arriving, dressed in bright Ankara fabrics and fine lace. Laughter filled the air, and the smell of rain mixed with perfume and roses. Soft music played as everyone whispered about how beautiful the bride looked. And she truly was. Amara stood before the mirror, her white gown glowing softly under the golden light. Her gel-style veil sparkled, and her brown eyes shone with nervous hope. But her heart wouldn't rest. It beat fast, like a drum before a storm. Her best friend, Chika, touched her shoulder. "You look perfect," she said. "Tongued as a lucky man." Amara smiled faintly. "I hope he thinks so too." But deep down, something felt off, like a cold wind passing through her soul. As she reached for her bouquet, she heard voices from behind the half-open door. Curious, she stepped closer. It was Tund, her groom, speaking to his friend, Connell. His voice was low, but she could hear every word. "Guy," Connell said, chuckling, "you sure say you want to do this wedding? You don't even love her like that." Tund laughed quietly. "Love, Abig, forget that one. I'm marrying her because of her money. You know, say her father get big company and land for Lekki. Once I marry her, I go have access to everything." Connell whistled. "So after that, what next?" Tun's tone darkened. "Once I secure what I need, I'll disappear. I already have my real woman and my son. I no fit abandon them. When the time reach, Amara won't even see it coming. She'll be heartbroken or gone. I'll go back to my real family." Kun sounded shocked. "You mean you get pickin' outside? And she no? Tund chuckled again. "She must never know. By the time she finds out, it go done too late." Amara froze. The bouquet slipped from her hand and hit the floor with a soft thud. Her chest tightened. Her breath caught. Her wedding day, the day she had dreamed about since childhood, had just shattered like glass. Without a word, she turned and ran. Her heels clicked against the marble floor as she fled down the church hallway. Outside, the first drops of rain began to fall. The sky thundered as if sharing her pain. Guests shouted her name, but she didn't stop. She lifted her gown and ran through the muddy compound, through the open gate, and down the road. Her veil tore on the fence. Her shoes were soaked, but she kept running. She didn't know where she was going, only that she had to get away from the man who had lied to her heart. The rain poured harder. Her makeup washed away, her hair clung to her face, and her white gown turned heavy and gray. Hours passed. She wandered until she reached the quiet edge of a small village outside the city. Ahead stood a tiny wooden house, smoke rising from its chimney. A warm glow flickered through the window. Weak and shivering, Amara knocked. The door opened and a young man with calm, gentle eyes stared in shock. "Ah, madam, you're soaked. Please, come inside quickly." Amara hesitated. I just need a place to rest for a while." "Say no more," the man said kindly. "Come in, my name is Chidi." Inside, a small fire crackled. The smell of yam porridge filled the room. Chidi handed her a towel and a dry wrapper. "Here, sit close to the fire. You'll catch cold like this." Amara whispered, "Thank you." After a long silence, Chidi asked softly. "If you don't mind me asking, why is a bride walking alone in the rain?" Amara's lips trembled. Tears streamed down her face as she told him everything about the wedding, Tun's betrayal, and the secret child she never knew about. Chidi listened quietly, never interrupting. When she finished, he said, "You didn't run away from love, Amara. You ran away from danger." His words broke her even more, but somehow also made her stronger. That night, he gave her warm porridge and a bed to sleep in. For the first time that day, Amara closed her eyes without fear. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the window. Birds sang. Chidi was sitting by the window, painting. Amara watched in silence until he turned and smiled. "You're awake," he said. "Good morning." She nodded shyly. "What are you painting?" He turned the canvas toward her. It was a portrait of a woman standing in the rain, her white dress torn, her eyes full of pain but still bright with strength. "That's you," he said softly. "You looked lost but powerful, like someone fighting to live again." Amara blushed. "Powerful?" "I felt broken." Chidi smiled gently. "Sometimes being broken is the first step to being real." Days passed. Amara stayed with Chidi, helping him cook, fetch water, and paint. Slowly, her laughter returned. The pain in her heart began to fade. She learned to find peace in the sound of rain, in the smell of fresh earth, in the way Chidi's calmness filled the room. Then one day, while she was selling handmade baskets in the nearby market, she heard a familiar voice. "Amara." She turned. It was Tund. His clothes were soaked, his eyes wide. "Thank God I found you," he said. "Please, come back. I've been looking for you everywhere." "People are talking my reputation is—" Amara cut him off. "Your reputation?" She repeated. "Is that all you care about?" He lowered his head. "I said terrible things. I didn't mean them." She looked at him with calm eyes. "You didn't mean them, but you said them from your heart. You planned to use me, to take what my father worked for, and then destroy me." I heard every word. Tun's mouth opened, but no words came. Amara sighed. "You know, Tund, money can buy comfort, but it can't buy peace. And you don't even know what love means." She turned away. "Goodbye, Tund. I hope one day you learn to value a good heart before you lose another one." She walked away, her blue wrapper flowing behind her, her head held high. When she returned to Chidi's house, the rain had started again. He stood by the doorway, holding an umbrella. "Did you find what you were looking for?" he asked. "Yes," she said softly. "I found freedom." He smiled gently. "And maybe something more?" Amara nodded. Her heart was quiet now, but warm. They walked together into the rain, laughing as the drops touched their faces. For the first time, Amara didn't hide from the rain. She lifted her face to the sky and whispered, "I used to think love was found in promises. Now I know it's found in peace." Chidi looked at her and said, "You're even more beautiful when you stop trying to be." She smiled, tears of joy mixing with the rain. The storm washed away her pain, leaving only new beginnings. And beneath the gray sky, Amara found what she had truly been searching for. Not wealth, not a husband, but the courage to love herself again,